Right, today we're going to do page 16 and 17. You're only doing the evens. And we're going to be talking about squares and cubes. And we're going to introduce exponents to you. Now, exponents might be something new to some of you, and some of you might be like, nah, we did this years ago. So let's take a look into this. So the square of 3, and I'm reading right here, the square of 3 means a square, as they drew for you here, with 3 units on each side. We say 3 squared is 9. We write 3 times 3 is 9. This is old to you. You guys got this. What's new is this part right here. The exponential form is 3 squared, or 3 to the second power, might be another way you would say it. The 2 is called the exponent. And I want you guys to notice that this 2 is raised up and written smaller than the base number. So I just put in a lot of vocabulary there. So let's start here. This is called your base. And the 2, that's your exponent. You'll see written x to the m or x to the a as different letters. You might even see x to the a plus b. We'll get into there later. Um, These are just different numbers, and we're showing them by different letters. X is the base. It is the number of sides that we're doing. This tells us how many times. And again, we're going to get into this more later on. But if I had 4 to the 5th power, that would mean 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. This tells us the number. This tells us how many times. But today, we're going to focus on just squared and cubed numbers. So when we have the exponent of 2, it is being squared. Let's go take a look at the work that's going to be assigned for us today. I'll do the odds, you will do the evens. The square of 4. The square of 4 is read as 4, and I can spell it correctly, squared. Or 4 times 4. The standard number just means the number that we write down, which would be 16. There are 16 little squares in this big square right here. There are 16 units there. The exponential form, remember, we're going to take our original number, the 4, as our base, and how many times we have 4 by 4, and that is 2. We have 1, 2 4s, and so it'd be 4 squared, or 4 to the second power. You can say it in both ways. Number 3, they don't want you to draw a picture. They just want you to read. To write it is, the square of 6 is read 6 squared. Or 6 times 6. And the exponential form would be 6 squared. And the answer for this problem and this problem are the same, which is 36. Number 5, they're shortening it up. They're getting rid of the standard form. They're having you expand this out. So 7 squared tells me it's 7 times 7. I know that I'm doing 7 because this is my base. And this tells me how many times I have to put it out there, which is 2. So the answer to this is 49. Same with 7. It would be 9 times 9 gives me 81. So moving on to 17, we're doing the same concept, but this time we're doing cubed. So the cube of a number. And this is where 3D comes into effect because we're using 3-dimensional. So they're saying in this, The cube means the cube of 2 means to build a cube with 2 units on each edge. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There are 8 small cubes in the cube of 2. We say the cube of 2 is 2 cubed is 8. We write it 2 times 2 times 2 equals 8. 2 times 2 equals 4, and 4 times 2 equals 8. Another way of writing this is right here, is 2 cubed. We could also say 2 to the third power. This is its exponential form. Remember, that's the new vocabulary. That means we have the base and we have the exponent. The 3 tells you right here that the 2 is used as a factor 3 times. So it tells us how many times we're doing that. Again, I'm going to do the odds, you will do the evens. The cube of 4 is red, 4 cubed, or 4 times 4 times 4, because I have 4 on the height, 4 on the length, and 4 on the width. And they want you to put the 3 in there, and I will try to write that small. And 4 cubed is 16 times 4, which is 64. The cube of 5 is red, 5 cubed, or 5 times 5 times 5, or 5 to the third power. And 5 times 5 is 25, times 5 is 125. No, number 5, they want you to expand it out. They give you the exponent in the base, or the base and the exponent. And that tells me I'm going to use 6 as my base, and I have to write it 3 times. 6 times 6 times 6. And I know 6 times 6 is 36. But man, what is 6 times 6? Or 36 times 6? Well, that gives me 6. I carry my 3. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 3 is 21. 216. Number 7, they want you to write 4 times 4, and that gives me 8. So, number 9, which is bigger? 2 to the third power or 3 squared? Let's try this out. I have 2 times 2 times 2, and I get 8. So this is 8. And then I have 3 squared, which is 3 times 3, which is 9. So which one's bigger? Well, 9 is bigger than 8. I'm going to go that way. I want you guys to try this out for number 10. Come see me if you need some help.